everyone. I had mentioned in my previous video how I had turned the camper, as you can see right there in the background, into a getaway for me. Being an INFJ personality type, I really needed a space that I could call my own that was separate from my husband and my son because of this quarantine that we're in right now. And I just, I don't have to, if you're an INFJ, I don't have to explain it to you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, in that video, I had mentioned that I had a she shed out in the back of our property. And let me turn around here. We're going to walk right through there. There's a little path, and I'm going to show you that that she shed that I recently turned into my photograph studio for my eBay business. And I had previously been photographing in my house. Everything was done in the house, but it just created a lot of chaos in the house. I'd have to set up my area with my backdrop and all, and then although I had it streamlined, I've been doing it for so long, I had it streamlined. It really didn't take me a long time to set everything up, but it was just, I had to do it every day, and then I had to break it down and put it away, and and then I had things in the living room, and then I had things in the dining room, and then I had things in this place and that place, and I'd have to bring them all together. So I got really tired of doing that, so I thought, why don't I utilize this other space that I have, and I can keep everything set up all the time, and I just thought it would work really well for me. And I had the time to do this transition since we are, quarantined, so I've got ample time on my hands. And so anyway, I thought, hey, why not show you guys this space? So here we are. Let me turn the camera around, but that is my she shed, which is now my studio, my photography studio, and we're going to walk back here. And space worked really well for me for a long time. My dad and my husband built it. And I did too, but I still have a lot of cleaning up to do. We're the winter, it really wasn't used that much, so I've got a lot of cleanup. But I have a nice little path. I like this little path. It just, I'm way back here, and it's shady, it's wooded, and I just feel one with nature back here, and I did really enjoy being back here. I kind of miss it. I kind of miss it as my personal space. But anyway, and I'll tell you about the little porch I have here. As you can see, let me get a little bit closer here. But what I have out here is I have these metal grates. I don't even know what you call them, but my husband had brought them home from work. I think they stack pallets on them or something maybe. But there's two of them. There were two of them here, and they were way out in the woods back there. My husband, he's a car nut, and there are cars out here that he likes to restore, vintage cars. He's a Mopar guy, though. They got to be Mopar. And so anyway, these were out there, and they were way back there somewhere. And so anyway, I had mentioned to my husband one day, I said, I would really like to use those to create like a little patio area, a little porch area for my space here. And he was like, oh no, it's too much trouble. I don't have time to deal with it. I don't, blah, just, he didn't want to do it. And so I said, that's fine. When you come home tomorrow, it'll be done. And he said, there's no way you can do that, Angie. They are very, very heavy, and they were. But what I ended up doing is, my husband had this strap thing. I don't know what you call it. He uses it when he hauls cars and stuff. But he had this strap thing with this big old hook on the end of it. And I wrapped that thing around my waist, and then the other end that had the hook on it, I hooked it on in the grates of one of these, and with my body with just the force of my body, I pulled and pulled, and inch by inch, I finally got it over here. And the same with the other one. I had two of them I had to do. And so then once I got them over here, I had to then make them level, because the ground isn't level. It kind of there's a sloping that goes on over here, and so then I had to level it up, and so I had to hold it up and put bricks under it. And I did all this myself. Yeah, I had to put bricks under it, and I just got a message. I had something, an eBay item sale. I'm sorry. So I had to lift it up with my shoulder, let it rest on my shoulder, while with my other hand I had to put the bricks up under it until I got it as level as I possibly could. But it works well. I mean, look, I have, and it's kind of elevated, as you can see. One grate is lower, and then the one over here is it's elevated a little bit. But I have an umbrella out here and some chairs, and I have some what do you call these torch things? Because the bugs get bad out here during the summertime. But anyway, let's go in. And let me show you my lock. I'm truly I find a way to make anything work. If I have an idea in my head, I will find a way to make it work. So anyway, I found this door. It's an old antique door, and it still had the original door handle. I mean, it's a beautiful door. Oh my gosh. If it could speak, could you imagine what it would have to say? But anyway, I loved the feel of it and everything. Anyway, but there was no way to lock it from the outside. So what I did is I took, I hope this is getting it. I took I don't even know what you call that thing right there, but I took that, I put one of these band things that my husband had in some of his tools and stuff, and then I just wrapped it or hooked it into this hook that I screwed into the wood. So that's my lock. It works. That's all I gotta say, it works. But anyway, let me open it up here, and I will have to turn on some lights. You can't see much. Oh, you know what? My husband cut the grass, and I have no electricity in here right now because my husband cut the grass, and so we have it. He had to unhook all of my electricity. So anyway, I'm going to rectify that. I'm going to go and hook up my electricity, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just hooked up the electricity, so we're on the way back over there. But one thing I wanted to mention on the way is the camper. Okay, I had to do a lot of cleanup, because let me tell you, our camper, during the winter season, we kept everything that pertained to camping in there. We have kayaks. We have 3 of them, as a matter of fact, and we kept them stored in the camper, and grills and, all the camping stuff. So I had to pull all that stuff out. And because the camper hadn't been used all winter long, there was a lot of cleaning to do. So I just wanted to mention that. I was really proud of how much I got done in such a short period of time. I did it in like a half a day. And so anyway, here we are, back at my she shed. That's now my photograph studio. Hi, I'm back. Okay, we have light now. We have electricity in here. As you can see, the light. This is actually one of my favorite items or things that I have here in this space. I made this out of branches and lights and the tin ceiling you see there. Oh, the tin ceiling. That's one of my favorite my favorite aspects of this whole space is this tin ceiling. How when it rains out here, I mean, it seems as though the roof is magically singing to you. It's It's wonderful to hear. But anyway. So I have my lighting out here. And my lighting, I actually have two of these. And I also have two umbrella style. You can see one right there. And then my other umbrella style right there. So I have four lights. Oh, no, and then I have a little guy right here. This little guy I use for low light, for lower light. And then I have one of my mannequins right here, set up with my backdrop. And then beyond the backdrop, I have two huge windows, and they have gorgeous views out there of the woods and the trees. I mean, it's a great, it's a beautiful sight. I really did and do enjoy being out here, and I really enjoyed this space when it was used primarily for just my getaway. And I have this bed I actually made myself as well. The base of it, that is. My husband had a bunch of what do you call them, pallets out in the back. So I put together a few pallets. I had to take them apart first, and then I had to configure them and cut them, and then I nailed and screwed them together, and that made an elevated base for the mattress. There's a twin size mattress on here, and then it gave me storage space down below. As you can see, I have some baskets with storage. So anyway, and then on the other side, on this side, let me show you this. I have four mannequins. So I have one that's back there, and then I have this other female mannequin, and I have a male mannequin, and then back behind there, I have another female mannequin. And then I don't know if you can see it well, but there is a rack back there that has, I brought it out here to put some of my supplies, now that I'm using the space for eBay and photography. But I still have a TV out here. Now this TV, it will not pick up internet very well. I do have a Roku attached to it or installed on it. And some days I get a little bit, but for the most part it doesn't work that well. I'm just too far away from the house. But I have lots of DVDs, so it just gives me some background noise. And music, I play music out here a lot too as I'm working. But then I have my mirror. I really like that mirror. That's a beautiful mirror. And I made all my curtains and everything. But anyway, and then this was cute. At the top there, indulge. I found that. I thought it seemed appropriate. But anyway, that concludes the tour of what is now my photograph studio for my eBay business. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!